Hi, so my name's James, and I really wanted to talk about my experience from start to finish around my hair transplant. So my hair started falling out back in 2019, of which I then started to take minoxidil regain from like a can for about 2 years, and it did stop my hair falling out. However, it would make my hair very, very greasy and therefore make it look quite thin and not particularly nice. So I stopped taking it in December 2021. And then from that point to about April 2022, it just disintegrated. It just fell apart. And I found myself really losing confidence. You'll see from the pictures I was losing it all down the front and then the back. And I felt I really needed to get a hair transplant. It was during COVID and we were working from home, so I thought it was the perfect time to do that. So I looked at the UK and Turkey, and I think firstly, the UK is considerably more expensive. I felt the customer service was nowhere near as good. With Turkey, they'd come back to you instantly. You could always speak to them on the phone, and I felt the services seemed to be much better and you could get way more bang for your buck. So I definitely thought, right, I'm going to take that leap of faith. Furthermore, I knew lots of other people who had gone to different surgeries across Turkey and were very, very happy with the results. And I also, after doing extensive research, wanted to ensure that the doctor did the extractions of the hair follicles and the incisions, mainly due to I didn't want a potential nurse with less experience to do it, perhaps because I was concerned about scarring or some of the follicles, not because they've been extracted a bit too aggressively, perhaps they wouldn't take into the head or get damaged, because of course once they're damaged they won't be able to be inserted, or they'll potentially fail later on. So I reached out to a number of different surgeries, and I thought GetHair was offering not just one of the best packages, but I reached out separately to the International Society of Hair Restoration Surgeries based in America, and said, look, I'm going to be getting a hair transplant. Who are the best doctors in and across Europe, preferably in around Turkey? And they recommended Dr. Tayfun, who is a fellow of the International Society of Hair Restoration Surgeries. And GetHair was the only surgery that provided Dr. Tayfun's services with not just the incisions, but also the extractions. So I paid that little bit more than you perhaps would pay in other surgeries across Turkey, and I therefore got one of the best doctors possible in Europe to do both sides of the operation. Kaan Aksoy from GetHair was very quick to respond. He was instantly, you send your photos off, they come back with a rough quote of how much it will be. All you have to do is book your flight and everything else is organised for you. It was incredibly simple. I always had someone on the phone to speak to, or on WhatsApp. So I arrived really late in the morning, about 2-3 a.m. There was a taxi there to pick me up, took you to the hotel. You got a constant communication about what was happening. Someone picked me up in the afternoon to go and get my operation done, and it was across 2 days. So I had one slot of 4 hours. The second slot was 3.5, and I was constantly looked after and shepherded from one place to the next. They were quite informative, told me exactly what was going to happen in the operation, where they drew the lines on my head exactly where I wanted my hairline, and where I wanted the follicles placed. So that was all discussed beforehand, and the care was absolutely incredible. I mean, at one point there was around 8 or 9 nurses and doctors in the room, all doing different tasks. There was always the doctor and an anaesthetist on standby to ensure that you're comfortable throughout the whole operation. The pain was actually very minimal for me, and it was a really great experience. The aftercare was also very exceptional. I was given booklets, I was given the right shampoo and bottles of antiseptic creams, etc., and explained exactly what you need to do over the course of the treatment process afterwards. And I must say, afterwards, I'm so happy with the results. The amount of compliments I get from family and friends, I'm not afraid to talk about it with other people. I've also recommended other people to the surgery, and I know other people will be going to get it done. And it's one of the best things I ever did. I'm so happy with my hairline, and it's probably, I might even go back for a top up in the future, because I could only get a maximum of 4,200 grafts. But it's definitely, I was so happy with it. I may even go back and get some more done at a later age. But no, I'd like to thank GetHair, Karnak Soy, and the whole team, Dr. Tayfun, for my experience. You know, it's been over a year now, and I couldn't be happy with the results, and I'd highly recommend anyone else to get it done.